Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 10 Minutes or Less with Bruce from Kai's Corpus Music. So last episode we looked at learning our first 7 notes in the 12 notes scale. So this time we're going to focus on our flats and our sharps. So we're going to quickly recap 2 things before we get from the last lesson before we move on. So the first thing that we're going to recap is using the same low E that we used, or 6th string in the last video, is our first 7 scales. So we're going to have a E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So this is our next octave right here. So open the next octave. So what note we start on, we finish on. Holds true for every note. What we learn on the open E, we learn on the high E. So that's number 1. Second thing that we learned in the last video was full steps and half steps. So our full step is from 1 fret to a 2nd fret apart. So and we have 1 step. A half step is from 1 note or 1 fret to the next fret. 1 fret to the next fret. 1, 2, full, full. So now that we went over the half step and full step, what's next? Well, what's this note right here in between on that full step when we do a half step? Well, that depends if we're going sharply up the neck or we're going flatly down the neck. And this is how I try to tell people how to remember your flats and your sharps. So for your sharps, you're going sharply towards towards your picking hand, because this is the up of the neck. So we go sharply towards our picking hand, and then we go flatly away from our picking hand back down the neck. So sharply up the neck towards the picking hand, flatly away from the picking hand. Sharps up, flats coming down. So we have 2 exceptions here when we're dealing with flats and sharps. So our B and our E are going to have no sharps. Our C and our F has no flats. So B, E, no sharps, C, F, no flats, because they're both half steps apart from each other. So there's no spot for a sharp or a flat to land there. So those are the 2 exceptions. So as we're going down, and we're again going to start it with our 6th string open E. So when I go open E, I go F, there is only a half step there. So I have on my E, like I just said, no sharp. Well, F has to the next note a full step. So G, what's this note? F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. Again, we're back to our exception like we were with E. B and E. B, C. C is a half step apart, so B has no sharp. C does have a sharp because it's got a full step in between that and the D. D has a full step in between that and the E, so we have a D sharp. And then we're right back to our next octave in the note we started on, which is our E. And then on the 13th is the continuation into our next octave, and the pattern is going to hold the same. So if I went E, F, I don't have a sharp because I have no full step. So I go F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, and continue all the way down the board. So this is going to hold true for every single string as you're going down. It doesn't matter if you're on the A string, the D string, the G, the B, or the high E. Again, what happens on low E and high E are exactly going to be the same notes. So you have to learn 5 of the strings for sharps and frets, just like you did for the first 7 notes of the 12 on the first video. So now that we just went over our sharps, what's the difference between that and a flat? So our flats here are going to be running back down our neck. So if I'm starting on my E, so I'm going E, E flat, D, D, D flat. So what comes after D? C. Okay, C. What's after C? We are coming back down. B. What did I say about flats? B and F have no flats, or C and F have no flats, because C, B. So I'm going a half step apart. So once I go for my B, I have again a full step from my B to my A. So I go B, B flat, A flat, G, G, G flat, G flat. Here goes to your F, F to open E. Okay, once again we're back to the half step, so we have no F flat. So once again, whoa, something here in my cat hair. So when we're going down are going up our board with our sharps. Our B and our E have no sharps. When we're going back down our neck, our C and our F has no flats. So that is the easiest way to remember this. In a nutshell, it's not hard whatsoever. So, and if we're going, say for example, I want to start on my A string, so I'm going to go right here on my A, so that's an open. So what's my next? B. There's a full step. So A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, D sharp, E, F, half step. F sharp, G sharp, A. So I started on my A, I end on my A. See, I started with my E earlier, end on my E again. So as you notice, I'm going down. Every time I hit my B and my E's, my B to my C, I skip my sharp. So my E and my F, my E, I skip my sharp going to my F. And when I'm going back down, I hit my F to my E, I skip my flat going on my F, and when I hit my C to my B, I skip my C flat because I'm going directly to the B. Easiest way to remember this in a nutshell. Not hard, so just practice going up your neck with your sharps, each string. Get one string down, each string at a time, get your sharps down. Then go back up and learn, back down and learn your flats. And why is this important? Because if you're reading sheet music and you have, a note and it's telling you to do something, and you are playing a certain chord and you're not sure where to go next because it's not tabbed out, it's just in regular, dictation, so not standard notation, but just regular, I've got my chords and there's the lyrics, laid underneath it. I need to know what my chord is going to be, because if I have tab, I don't need to know what it is. I can just follow, So, but, if I'm going from that, G and I'm coming down here, so I'm coming from G to G flat, back to my G before I go open. So if someone told me, G flat, I'm going G flat, well, I know right away I'm going G here to G flat, back to my G before I'm going to a open E chord. So that's why it makes a difference, is which way I'm going to play. Because if that's at G and then the next chord there was a G sharp, so when I'm coming back up from here and I hit my, and this is going to be my F sharp, and I come to my G, if it tells me I want to come down here, I'm not coming to G flat again, I'm now coming to G sharp. That's what makes a difference. So it depends which way I'm coming on my board. So if I start at my G and I come here, so then this is going to be my G flat. So since I'm not coming here into here, and I went from that note, I'm landing on my F sharp. There we go. So exactly. So practice stuff like that. Practice going down each string. So make sure whatever string you start on, you end up on your 12th fret. That's how you knew you did it right while you're counting out all 12 notes of the 12 in your scale. So, weird noise outside. So that's it for today. I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you liked it, hit that like button. There's a red bell on the bottom. Give that a click to. And right beside that, it's a little shaky thing like that. Give that a shake and you'll see every video come up in your alerts as they get uploaded shortly afterwards. So thank you very much, and I hope you got something out of this. Until the next video, peace out.